What is up, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. My name is Moabi, and today I will be installing the Active Directory Domain Services role, and I'm going to show you how to go about that, so stick around. Now, before we begin, the first thing that you have to do is log into your server and then open Server Manager. In my case, I'm already logged in and my Server Manager is open. And remember, guys, if you can't see your Server Manager or if your Server Manager doesn't open automatically, like in this case, you'll have to click on your Start menu and then you click your Server Manager tile. This will open the Server Manager, and now from here we are going to click on Manage. From Manage, we are going to click on the Add Roles and Features button. After you click the Add Roles and Features button, you will see a Before You Begin wizard. In this wizard, there are a couple of things that you have to follow, or there are a couple of things that you have to do before we continue. Like for instance, make sure that your administrator account has a strong password. The second one, make sure that your network settings are set as static and are configured to a specific IP address. The last one is make sure that your system has the latest security updates from Microsoft installed. Once you are sure everything is set accordingly, just click on the button Next. So from here, the installation type that we're going to select is the role-based or feature-based installation. Click Next. We are installing this feature on our host machine, so I'm going to leave everything as default, so click Next. Now, we are going to select the Active Directory Domain Services role. Once you click on the checkbox, you will see another wizard with more features to be added together with your Active Directory. So in this case, I'm just going to click on Add Features. Make sure the checkbox that says Include Management Tools if applicable is checked as well. Click Add Features. This is all I'm going to do for this demonstration. I want you to take note that we didn't select the DNS server role, as this will be installed automatically with Active Directory. So now click Next. When you install Active Directory, Group Policy Management is also selected for you automatically. So let's click on Next. In this window, you will see more information about Active Directory Domain Services. You can read through that, and then once you are ready, click Next. Now we are at the last step, the Confirm Installation Selections. So in this window, you will see all the roles and features that you have selected. In my case, I'm going to click on the Restart Destination Server automatically if required. I'm going to check that, click on Yes, and then click Install. I'm going to give the server a few minutes or so to install the feature, and then I will be back. Alrighty guys, now my server is finished installing the Active Directory Domain Services role. So I'm going to click on Close. After you click Close, you will note that your Active Directory Domain Services has been added to your dashboard. Now from here, let's click on Notifications. Now from Notifications, we are going to click the button Promote this server to a domain controller. After you click the button, you will see now a deployment configuration wizard. In this wizard, this is where we are going to configure our new domain. Before we begin, I want you to take note that there are three options on your screen. Those three options are mainly add a domain controller to an existing domain, add a new domain to an existing forest, and then the last one is add a new forest. So in this tutorial guys, we are going to be using the button add a new forest. The reason for this is that we want to create our forest from scratch and also create our new domain. So if you take a look below, you will see a text box, and next to that, there's a label that says root domain name. So for this tutorial, I'm going to create a domain name with the name techtipswithmoabi.com as our main domain. Now guys, I wanted to show you something for this tutorial. Let's just say, for instance, you type in techtipswithmoabi or whatever the name your domain will be. If you press Next, you will see this error that says verification of forest name failed. The DNS name of techtipswithmoabi proposed for this Active Directory domain consists of a single label. DNS domain names should be unique and fully qualified, consisting of one or more labels separated by a period, followed by a top-level domain. For example, as you can see below, it shows me corp.techtipswithmoabi.com. So in our case, like I said I'm going to be using .com. You can add whatever you want at the end. Either can be .home, .tv, .co. In our tutorial, I'm going to be using mine as techtipswithmoabi.com. I'm going to click on Next once I'm done. Once you click next, the domain controller options wizard opens up, and then you will see the forest function level as Windows Server 2016. That is the highest level that you can get for Windows Server 2019. So I'm going to leave everything as default. Remember when I said the feature for DNS will also be installed as you're installing your Active Directory? And like I said before guys, if you don't select the DNS server role, it will be installed as you are installing Active Directory. So here's the checkbox for the DNS. Currently, the DNS tab is not installed on our dashboard or is not visible on our dashboard. After we install Active Directory, it should pop up on our dashboard. Now, let's continue. Below that, you will see type the directory service restore mode password. This password is basically the password for your administrator account on your domain. So the default administrator account will use this password. So make sure if you want to take note of the passwords, make sure it's different from your current local server account. So in my case, I'm going to use a different password. Okay guys, before you press next, I just wanted to let you know that you can still use the same password as your local account, as these will be two different accounts. One will be a local account and the other one will be a domain account. So you can use the same password if you want to, but I don't recommend, as I want you guys to take note of the changes as you are installing your Active Directory. So I want you to take note of the local server password and also the domain password. So I've changed my password to something different. Let's click on next. Alright guys, after you click next, you will see the DNS options. Basically in this wizard, it's just informing you that you don't have a DNS server role configured, and in this option, the DNS server will be created for you. You can read the full warning message from the button Show More. Once you are done, click OK and then click Next. Give yourself a few minutes. This will detect your NetBIOS domain name for you. Once it's complete, click on Next. The next wizard shows the path to the Active Directory Domain Services database, the log files, and the sysvol folder. So I'm going to leave everything as default and then click on Next. After you click Next, you will see the review options. This is all the options that you have selected for your server. So if you take a look at these options, you will see the new domain name as techtipswithmoabi.com. In your case, you will see your domain name. You will see the NetBIOS name, and then you'll also see the forest function level that we selected 2016. And then if you go down, you will see additional options. Global catalog is selected as yes. The DNS server is also on yes. Create a DNS delegation is on no. The reason for that, we don't have an existing DNS. Now for the final step, I'm going to click next, and then you will see the prerequisite check wizard. This is where your server now checks if all the options you have selected are valid for this installation. You can read through the information, and then once you are happy, you can click on install. If you scroll down, you will see prerequisite check complete, and all prerequisite checks passed successfully. Click install to begin. So that is what we are going to do next. Let's click on install. Now guys, I want you to take note that during this process, your server will restart so that it can complete the domain installation process. Once complete, you can click on close, then click close. So guys, I will see you right after the server is done rebooting. Alrighty guys, after the server is done rebooting, all you have to do is click on Ctrl-Alt-Delete, and then you will see your usernames. So as you can see on my screen, there is Tech Tips with Moa. The reason is it didn't write my entire name because it was too long. The NetBIOS name was too long. So in your case, if your name is short, you should be able to see your name. I'm using my YouTube channel as the domain, so hence I went with the long name either way. So let's continue guys. In order to log into our administrator account, let's enter the password that we created while we were installing Active Directory Domain Services. I'm going to enter my password and then log in. Now guys, as you can see on our dashboard, there's Active Directory and also now there is DNS. The DNS server role was installed while the Active Directory was installing. Now to confirm if these features and roles are installed properly, I'm going to click on Tools. Under Tools, now you can see Active Directory Administrative Center. And then below that, you'll see Active Directory Domains and Trusts. And then below that, you will see Active Directory module for Windows PowerShell. And then below that, you will see Active Directory Sites and Services. And the big one, which is Active Directory Users and Computers. Below Active Directory Users and Computers, you will see ADSI Edit. And if you scroll down, you will see the DNS role. And just below that, you will see the Group Policy Management feature. So to confirm if our roles and features have been installed properly, I'm going to first open Active Directory Users and Computers. As you can see, yes, our name when you log into a server, it says Tech Tips with Moa, but our domain name is written in full when you open our Active Directory Users and Computers. You can click the arrow next to your domain name, and below that you will see the following organizational units: the built-in organizational unit, computers, domain controllers, foreign security principles, managed service accounts, and users. I will talk more about organizational units in the next coming few videos. For now, this is just to confirm if Active Directory installed properly. You can click the organizational unit users, and next to that, you will see administrator. This is the main account that we are going to use on a regular basis on our server. If you want to create other users, I will show you in the next coming few videos. For now, let's just close the Active Directory Users and Computers window. And then click on Tools. And then the last option that we're going to click for today is Group Policy Management. Click on that. So I'm going to maximize my screen and then click on the side arrow next to my forest, which is techtipswithmoabi.com, and then click on Domains. And I should be able to see my domain name, and then click on the arrow next to your domain name. After you click on your domain name, you will see a default domain policy, domain controllers, group policy objects, WMI filters, starter GPOs. And there are other options below, but for now, I just wanted to explain to you guys what group policy management is about. The group policy management allows administrators to define security policies for users and computers. The group policy management is used to set the rules for our clients that are connected to our domain. Basically, if you are not part of the domain, these rules will not apply to you. So if I set a specific wallpaper for all my domain joined clients, that will apply to only those clients. So guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about group policy. We will talk more about the features and the rules that you can set in group policy in the next coming few videos. I will also join a Windows 10 machine that I created earlier in our tutorials to this domain so that we can see or take note of all the changes that we make in our group policy if they apply onto our clients, and if they don't apply, how to make them apply using commands such as gp update /force. So we will talk more about group policy in the next coming few videos. For now, I can confirm that our Active Directory domain services and also our DNS was installed successfully. So with that guys, I'm going to end the video here. Before you leave guys, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, share the channel with a friend or two, and also give the video a like. I will see you on the next video, and remember, each one teach one.